Hello, everybody. I just wanted to take a moment to address a couple of issues that people have been bringing up lately regarding my videos, my channels, the games I'm playing, things like that. I'm not upset or anything. It's just responding to kind of hopefully clarify where I stand on some things because some people seem to be slightly confused because of the kind of personality that I have about what I'm doing here. So first, I want to address the comments I've been receiving lately about not if I don't enjoy a game, I should go find something that I really do enjoy. And the problem with that statement is that means you don't know me very well because if I'm playing a game, other than Path of Exile 2, and there's a specific reason I'm continuing to play that up until a certain point, but other than Path of Exile 2, if I'm playing Elite Dangerous or Call of the Wild or Neverwinter, or whatever it is I'm playing right now, I'm playing it because I want to play it. The issue, I think, where people have confusion is that I am on the spectrum of positive to negative types of people. I lean pretty far in the side towards negative. And what I mean by that is I tend to be a glass is half empty kind of person rather than a glass is half full kind of person. So regardless of what kind of game it is, it could be the best game since sliced bread. I'm the kind of person who notices problems or what I perceive to be problems with the game, and I'm going to notice them and I'm going to say something about it. Or at the very least, I'm going to be irritated that it is the way that it is because I want it to be. I'm a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist and I want things to be perfect. And even though I know up here they can't be perfect, my heart wants them to be perfect, and it really irritates me when they're not. So, regardless of the games that I played, I mean, I played Baldur's Gate 3, and that is absolutely in my top 10 games that I've ever played, but I still had issues with that game that, I can't remember right now, but I had issues with that game, and I mentioned them as I was playing. There were things that I wanted to be different, and I thought that the game would be much better if they were different. So when I'm playing a game, if I'm playing that game, if I'm choosing to play that game, and I haven't given you the disclaimer that I'm playing this game for a very specific reason, I'm playing that game because overall I enjoy that game. It just has some things about it that irritate me, and we don't ever talk about the things that, ooh, that's really cool. Ooh, that's really cool. Like when it's brand new, we might talk about, oh, cool, this is a cool feature, or hey, I really like the way that works. But there's a reason why there's a mantra or a saying that says the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? Because we talk about the things we don't like. When things are going well, we don't say anything. When things aren't going the way we want them, we say something. And I'm the kind of person that says something about things when I don't like the way that they are. So when it comes to especially Elite Dangerous, there's a reason I've been playing it for over a year plus straight. It's because overall, I do really enjoy the game. There's just some little small details about it that in the grand scheme of things, especially to someone who doesn't really care about those details, they are very small and minute. But when you have to live with them every day, they do kind of grind on you and they annoy you. And, I'm going to say something about it because it bugs me. So that's the first thing that I wanted to talk about is that if I'm playing a game, it's because I actually do enjoy it. It may not come across that way 100% of the time. That's just because of the kind of person and the kind of personality that I have. I am a complainer. That's just what I am. And I try to limit it as much as I can, but there are certain things that just really get on my nerves and I'm going to complain about it. And if that really bothers you, then I highly suggest you find someone else to watch because that's not going to change. It's how I am. I want things to be perfect and I'm going to say something about it if it's not. And it is what it is. That does lead me into the second part of what I wanted to say. And that is that the reason why I'm here in the first place. I never really had any plans on trying to be a content creator as a job. Wasn't really something it wasn't even really on my radar. Up until about a year and a half, I guess almost a year and a half at least, maybe almost 2 years when I moved to Mexico. My wife and I moved down to Mexico with her kids, and there was no way for me to work there because of the way we moved there, but we're not going to worry about that. I wasn't able to work there, and I couldn't find a remote job to work to do the cross the border. And because of the way that the border was, I wasn't willing to commute back and forth. And there's just a whole bunch of reasons why working wasn't an option for me. And I wasn't about to just sit around on my butt all day doing nothing and just playing video games. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to be here and if I'm going to be in the house and if I'm going to be playing these games anyways, I might as well get serious about my channel and try to turn it into something. And in the couple of years that I've been doing this, we've, we've grown the channel a reasonable amount. But, there's a part of me that really wants this to go somewhere, and there's another part of me that doesn't necessarily expect it to, because no cool things like that have happened to me in a very long time. So I'm just not really expecting it. But at the same time, to be successful at something like this, you have to be consistent with it. And so, my ultimate goal is not necessarily to, be super popular. I just want to get to the point where I'm able to make enough money doing this to support myself and have the freedom that I want. I'm not doing this for the money per se. I'm doing this because I'm hoping it's going to lead to the kind of financial freedom that I want for my life. And that doesn't mean rich. I don't mean the kind of financial freedom that allows me to buy yachts and take airplanes everywhere and, just a basic lifestyle, but in a remote kind of way. So I can take this trailer that you see around and go enjoy the world while I'm working. That's kind of what I'm trying to get to. I'm not... There are times where I kind of have that attitude of, it's for the money, but not really. I'm at a point now in my life where I have no interest in being rich and having lots of money, having lots of stuff. I just want to get to the point where I can work for myself, preferably, and do it in a way that doesn't tether me to a single location. And those are the only two real things that I'm worried about. So sometimes the grind, all of this does get to me a little bit, and it does affect my attitude when I'm recording. But at the same time, I'm also of a generation that's close enough to the older generations where it's, suck it up, buttercup, get the work done, whether you want to be doing it or not. So I have this philosophy of whether or not I'm in the mood to record, I'm going to sit down and record because I need to get episodes out. And whether they're good or not, episodes need to go out so that I'm constantly adding to the list of my videos available. And, it's kind of I have to do a quantity over quality kind of thing, because it's super discouraging when you put a lot of time into something and then it just doesn't go anywhere. And that's just how I feel about it. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who will say that that's the absolute opposite of what you should be doing, but it's how I feel about it. I need to do something where I can be consistent with it over time, and I can't be consistent putting a lot of effort into something that ends up feeling like a massive waste of time. So I choose to do a certain level of effort per episode that I do, and just do a lot of it. A lot of it compared to what some content creators do. I know some people are streaming all day, every day. I'm not really interested in trying to do that. But, I've had anywhere from 5 videos a day down to 2 videos a day. I'm back up to like 4 videos a day. But that's just, I'm trying to grind it out until hopefully my channel grows into something bigger, to the point where it's making me enough money consistently over time that either I'm able to pay my bills and go move around the country the way I want to, or maybe this channel somehow opens the door to something else that allows me to have that kind of a lifestyle that I'm trying to get to. So when it comes to my channel and the kind of content that I create, yes, there are strategies that I'm sure are proven to get you where you're trying to go in a more expeditious manner, but that would require me to be the kind of person that I'm not, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to be me and do the best job that I can in the channel and the kind of content that I'm capable and willing to create. And that means I'm just going to play games, and I'm going to play whatever games I want to play, regardless of what genre it is, regardless of what niche it is, regardless of whatever other things that you're supposed to be looking at, because I don't want to be confined to one thing. I get bored. Eventually, I'm going to get bored even with Elite Dangerous. I'm going to not want to play it anymore, and I'm going to want to move on to something else. And I don't really want my channel to be totally predicated on one game, and then when I try to move on to something else, what little success I've managed to accrue just completely gets wiped away. So I'm trying to kind of take the long view of everything, since I'm, sort of trying to make a serious go of this, so that, hopefully I can gather enough of a following of people who are interested in me and not the game that I'm playing. you know, that's what I'm really hoping for. I'm hoping to find people who want to watch me so that I can play whatever game I want to play, or if we start doing, you know, talking head videos, or if I start doing some React content, or if I start doing whatever else it is, I want to get to the point where people are interested in hanging out with me online, and then whatever I'm doing is incidental to that. Now, is that a tall order? Absolutely. Am I expecting that to happen? Hell no. The odds of any content creator getting big, much less somebody like me who just is very impatient and doesn't like things to go a certain way, and you know, I tend towards the negative side of things. That makes it even that much harder for me to get things done. But at the end of the day, you are who you are, and you have to kind of lean into that if you want to be able to be consistent in what you're doing. And I've accepted that about myself. I've accepted that, you know, I'm not going to be a positive, happy-go-lucky person all the time. I'm going to get irritated when things don't go the way I want them to go. I'm going to play the games that I want to play. I'm going to do the things that I want to do, because the only way I can get to the point where I'm even approaching positivity is if I'm doing it my way. And if I'm having to do it anybody else's way, I immediately have that, ugh, I don't want to do this. It's one of the reasons why my music career ended the way that it ended, because the music was a job, and I don't want to do a job. I want to do something I'm interested in doing. And music became work, and once something becomes work, I don't want to do it anymore. That's just how I am. So, yeah, I just wanted to cover those couple of things, just to kind of clarify some things for those of you who watch me on a regular basis, because I know some of you are probably getting a little bit, what's the word? I don't want to say despairing, but a little bit concerned, or a little bit, I don't know, dismayed with the way that I approach content creation. I don't expect the way that I do things to propel me up into massive success. Because the people who are able to get up to that part are almost always pretending to be something that they're not really. They're putting on an act, and they have to live their lives that way all the time, and I don't want to do that. I just want to get to a point where hopefully I can get to a comfortable place where I'm making a comfortable living in a way that allows me to feel proud of what I'm doing and gives me the freedom to do what I want when I want to do it. So that's what I'm trying to get to. So if I'm playing a game, it's because I do enjoy the game, except for Path of Exile 2. You know, and the reason for that is that I paid $30 for that game, and damn it, I'm going to get my money back out of it because I'm angry that it is the kind of game that it is when they told me it was going to be something different. But outside of Path of Exile 2, the rest of the games, there's a reason why my lineup changes all the time. It's because when I get bored with a game, I stop playing it and I move on to something else. So it is what it is. If I'm playing a game, especially if I'm continuing to play a game over and over and over again, and I don't have to, it's because overall I enjoy it, and there's just some things about it that irritate me, and those are the things I talk about when I have something to say. And as far as my channel goes, I'm aware that there's strategies out there that would probably get me a lot further a lot quicker. But realistically, that would require me to pretend to be something that I'm not, and I never want to be something that I'm not just to try to get ahead in life, because eventually that stuff comes back to bite you in the face. People find out, no, that's not really you, and then I have to explain what the hell's happening. I'd rather just be me than I don't have to explain anything. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that clears up some things for those of you who are continuing viewers and maybe had some questions as to what I'm doing here. For those of you who don't know me, this video is not for you. So hopefully you start to watch, but this video is not meant to talk to you. It's meant to talk to people it's meant to talk to my existing audience. So that's what I got to say about that. So anyways, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks. Or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. Also have the PayPal and Patreon links in the description if you'd like to try to contribute that way outside of the YouTube economy. And then, yeah, so I guess that's it. Be sure to come back for future videos, and I'll see you then.